Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Keith Fairfax, and this is Fairfax with Fairfax. I don't know why that was so weird that I said it like that. But today, I have a guest with me. It's Joe Winchell, friend of mine. Say hello, Joe.
Hey, everybody. How you doing, Keith?
Good, good. Me and Joe have done some open mic gigs together. Most of them have gone well, a couple of duds. We have definitely done some shitholes together. I was once told they didn't know it was going to be a black show because I was the only black person on the ticket.
That's one of those two shows that keeps getting brought up.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was going to be a black show. I was the only black person on the fucking car. Like, what are you talking about?
To be fair, I think the actual thing that happened was somebody put on the Facebook page for that bar, "Don't go down tonight. It's black comedy night," I believe was the actual
sweet
racist remark.
Sweet. Nothing like they went up there like I went up there and did Shucky Ducky.
Yeah, exactly.
Or some shit. Like I did some real hack black shit the whole time I was out there. That was like dynamite.
Yeah, like you're going up there.
How you feel about that, everybody? Let me hit you in the back.
Oh, God.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember we found that out. Like, you had left, and then we found that out. And we were like, well, I guess we're happy Keith's not here right now.
I wish I had known him before that. I'd have really made it black comedy night.
Oh, man. Yeah. Remember we all got there, and I'm like, nobody's showing up?
Oh, yeah, it was dead, too. It was like 3 or 4 people?
It was like 3 or 4 people. I got there, and I'm like, fuck.
And then it was the crack winch. In the
right.
back who kept on just heckling the whole time. Heckling.
And then her friend got really pissed off for her. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
that was Terry.
She spazzed on Terry. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Terry McNeely, very funny comic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, funny.
So, Joe, you're from Sag Harbor.
Yeah, Hamptons.
I guess, is that what they call it?
It is. It's the Hamptons. Like, the Hamptons is basically like, a lot of people say it starts in West Hampton, but most of the people, no one fucking goes to West Hampton. Like, it's all the tourist stuff is like Southampton. It's like Southampton and all the way to Montauk is really like what a lot of people perceive as the Hamptons and everything.
Okay. I've been to Sag Harbor a couple of times. I like it. I went to go see,
There's a theater in there that does a lot of, they have a lot
of what's it called? The
Bay Street Theater.
Bay Street Theater. Yep. I saw Ralphie May.
Yeah.
At the Bay Street Theater.
He was there a bunch of times.
Yeah, he was hilarious. And of course, I was the only black person in the crowd, so he picked on me as he got extremely high and went from doing a 2-hour show to a 4-hour show.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Ralphie ran long, and he was high off his ass.
He's probably hilarious, too. Yeah. I saw him. He didn't run long when I saw him there, but I saw like Louis Black. I saw there, too. And
yeah, a lot of great acts down there. Yeah.
So Sag Harbor used to be this pass-through town. Mm-hmm. Because you would go through it on your way to like East Hampton, because East Hampton's where all the rich people went to.
You pass through Sag Harbor to get to East Hampton. You don't have that circle.
That circle, you go through there. So nobody really knew about it. Like when I was a kid growing up, fucking nobody used to come around. The summer just used to be all the low. Like it was more equating to like I equate it to that town in Jaws now, but before that, it was like just a town that you rolled through. Like, we'd see a lot of cars, but everybody went to Montauk and East Hampton.
It was very Mayberry.
Yeah.
It was very Mayberry around there,
Yeah, now it's like that town in Jaws. There's
it is quite a tourist attraction. I actually matched with a girl on Tinder from there not too long ago.
I went to high school with her.
One of us got boring. I don't know if it was me or her. It might have been me. I get boring quick. I get it.
I'm glad you have a show now.
Yeah, she was like, look how boring he is. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, my God. What was her name? Don't say it on the air. But.
Yeah, if I remember it, I would say her name. I think it was Maggie or something like that. I think it was Maggie. She was like 34.
That's the age range someone I would have went to high school with, but I don't think I went to high school with Maggie.
Maybe I matched with a second girl from Sag Harbor. I don't know. I think they're all trying to, it's like, how do you say, fuck you, dad. You bring me around.
I guess.
6'3", I was going to say basketball player type because that's how I would classify myself. I don't know if you knew, but I had what was going to be a long, luxurious basketball career, but this kid named Ian took me out in a intramural gym, and this is right when gym got weird. Like it was like 2002, I think, is when they made gym co-ed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you had to do mixed gym. And I remember our coach, Davey, he was our wrestling coach also. Coach Davey was not happy about that because we went from playing like murder ball,
Yeah.
like kill a carrier. I mean, it was he really had us out there. I mean, doing obstacles and like Jim was not light.
Did you ever play with the? It was like hockey, except they look like the things that they used to fight in American Gladiators.
Yeah.
So we had. I was small town. My school was very small.
Sag Harbor, small town, really?
I graduated with 60 people.
That's any black kids?
3.
I wonder what they're like.
Tim, Antonio, they're all awesome. Actually, shout out, you guys are great.
I mean, I didn't say
Antonio's a boxing coach now.
Okay, shout out to Tim and Antonio. You forgot the third one, huh? Wasn't important.
No. Yeah, because I remember he came in like the last 2 years or something like that. So I just really didn't know him that well.
So his black life didn't matter to you?
No.
Well, moving on.
No. Don't say that.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, please don't cut all this out.
No, it's good. They need to hear it.
They need to hear it. They need to know the truth about you.
You go to Sag Harbor, this is what you get. Whites that don't like you, okay?
This is what it is. This actually was Sean Hannity, To Catch a Predator, To Catch a Racist with Keith Fairfax.
I'd be great at that. Nice little stings here and there.
Come on, so unassuming. Like, hey, buddy, come on in. Yeah, no. Hey, man, I got these pictures of you at this KKK rally.
That's what people seem like they have. Like everybody has dirt on them or something like that. Like that's why people act like everybody's so accusatory now. It's weird. You could pin somebody into a hole quick. Because just yesterday they had the what was it? The Trump rally. They had the Trump caravan go through here.
The Long Island one.
The Long Island one. Yeah, they went through Greenport, stuff like that. I mean, even the way the paper sensationalized it, they were like, things got heated at the end of the Trump rally, and no fist came to blows, but it was words were exchanged. It was like
that's not heated.
Yeah, it's like all right. Like I mean, that could happen in a parking lot over a spot.
I was just gonna say, like I've seen that happen outside of a bar. Like, come on, man. Like that's not anything different. It's just the sensation. They drove through. I did like the Trump boat parade. I think that was my favorite thing I ever watched and saw pictures of.
I never seen so many like people with like 4 and 5 flags. It's just like, hey, it's like, how many flags can I put on my car?
Those guys piss me off. Not Trump people specifically, but anytime you see the people,
it's just
like,
it's like,
flag. What do you do? What if that flies off?
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, listen, rep your set.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. Rep your set. But be careful of the car behind you.
Jeez. I mean, this dude, I could not see in front of him. Like, I couldn't see the light because he had so many flags going. I couldn't see if it was a yellow light, I would have say he just tried to beat the yellow light and I was right behind him. I would have creamed into traffic.
I got the Southern flag whapping in my face.
My voice cracked like a schoolgirl.
Plus, they're also in like raised trucks anyway, with like 5 flags on the top of it, so you can barely see anything in front of you anyway.
Right. It's pretty wild. But it was a peaceful weekend on Long Island.
Yeah,
Eastern Long Island. That's really all I truly care about is Eastern Long Island.
Yeah, we don't talk about Nassau.
Yeah, anything that happens past exit, call it 50. I'm not concerned. I'm more of I'm a 70s man. These are my people out here. A man of the people. What else is going on? What did I want to talk about? Oh, so Sag Harbor, Bay Street Theater, I love it. You guys got a lot of great restaurants out there.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised some of them are still open.
Great tourist town. I used to hang out with guys that used to get a summer home in Sag Harbor for on the 4th of July.
Oh, like the weekenders?
The weekend. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, wonderful weather. I just knew, like, walking through town, I was like, in my head, I'm never thinking of racist shit happening ever, but this was like years ago too. I was just like, I know there's not many black people around here, and it was just like, and I was with a white girl too, and I was like, I could feel it, but it was just like, no, everybody is kind of very accepting around here. A lot of looks like authors and shit are walking around like kind of looking for a story.
There's a lot of like liberal mentality out there. I do.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. Nice.
It's peaceful. It's really like, it's weird because you're absolutely right. Like it had this whole transformation over the years of everything of like when all the tourists really started to come in and everything like that, and like people started to come in, they're like, oh, this is a nice place. Exactly what you just said. Mm-hmm. And the night scene's awesome. There's only 3 bars to go to.
I would say I don't think you could call the night scene there awesome. I don't mean there's not a ton of shit to do.
No, but the thing, you have to look at it from this way, right? It's just every tourist just jammed into like 3 bars. You're bound to see something crazy that night. I have many times seen people I've never seen before. I got harassed by a bunch of Canadians one time. That was fun.
Yeah, Jodie Foster walked into a small bar in The Accused.
Yeah. Exactly.
See what happened to her.
See, well, it's not racist. There's a lot of rape that happens, I will admit. But
You know what? I buy it. I believe it.
actually, who's the guy from Rudy?
Rudy?
Yeah, the guy from who's the guy who played Rudy?
I don't know his. I'm not great with their names.
I can't. He was in Lord of the Rings too. I can't remember his. I think it was Sean Astin. I think that's his name.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So that guy was in Sag Harbor, right? This is a true story. And if you ask anybody, if you find any other local of Sag Harbor that has been to the bar called Murph's, which is the bar behind town, it's a late night bar. Murph's Tavern. And he got so hammered. Oh man, I have another story after this. He got so hammered that he started scaling the bar. And he was outside. There's like a back patio to the bar, right? But there's no roof. It's just like a fence and like a couple chairs.
So he was mad cool.
He was just cool. He was drunk as shit.
Okay.
But he climbed to the top of the bar. And as he was climbing to the top of the bar, the entire bar outside started chanting Rudy. And then he was on top of the bar. And the police had to go up there and get him down. It was great.
I mean, see, I just need to be in one. You just need to be famous one time.
Yeah,
get
man.
your 10 minutes, and then you can climb to the top of the bar.
Yeah, they didn't arrest him or anything. They just had to get him down.
Oh, he was having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have like 2 stories about Jimmy Fallon.
Go ahead, let him roll.
Jimmy Fallon.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fallon. Allegedly, I saw Jimmy Fallon in a bar called the American Hotel. Wasted. And he had gone behind the bar and gotten a ukulele that sat behind the bar. And he was just sitting there.
He is a ukulele man. I get that.
And he was just drunk playing it. He proceeds to buy everybody drinks in the bar that night. And I didn't talk to him. I'm not going to tell you to sit there and I'm just observing this.
You didn't go up to him, hey, Jimmy.
No,
Jimmy, biggest fan, Joe. You want to take a pic together? Selfie?
I feel like that's the worst possible thing you could say. Like, I was 5 feet from Dave Chappelle one time, and I'm like, I'm not going to say a goddamn word to you.
Let's see. I'm not starstruck of anybody, but would I say something to Dave? Like,
would you say something to Dave? If he was like, right, I'm serious. Like, if he was like 5 feet from me,
I'd be like, congratulations on the 2 Emmys, brother.
Well, this is
that was
the whitest way you could have possibly said that.
Shit. Like, hey, bro, congratulations on the 2 Emmys, man. Fight the power, dude. Yeah, I guess I'm coming with some real hack.
I really want you to do that now.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck is this?
He did win 2 Emmys, though.
He did win 2 Emmys. Yeah,
and he's kind of just in complete fucking mode right now, and I love it.
It just seems it's so effortless for him, too. He just goes up there, rocks it, and then it's effortless.
He's talked about that before.
He's like, I know I'm funny, regardless of the fact I know I'm funny. So
Isn't
there's
that the kind of confidence we all want?
Yeah, in the bedroom, any way I can, on stage, I could use a little bit of that too, yeah.
I'd like that kind of confidence, I don't know, any part of my life.
Yeah, in a packed room of 6, I'm like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, so dating's weird.
He like literally won, because they announced the winners like the day before or something like that, or the day of, like, because they couldn't really have the Emmys.
Right.
Like, there were a couple surprises, but he... Like, I guess he was doing a mic or doing a show that night, and it's like a shot of him being like, I won 2 Emmys. I'm shocked. Like, he was like, I guess all you critics need to shut the fuck up from now on. And I was kind of like, I'm like, fucking, I wish I could say that.
Yeah, you got to have, there's a movie with Mark Wahlberg and John Goodman. Yeah, John Goodman. He was like, he said, you want to have... you're going to be in a fuck you position.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You always want to be in a position of fuck
the Gambler,
you.
I think it was?
Yeah, I think it was the Gambler.
Yeah, you got to be in a fuck you position.
Yeah, so Chappelle is in a fuck you position. Must be nice.
Oh, man. That's why I watch so much. I'm like, I wonder what that feels like.
Oh, man. All right, well, I got a couple of topics I wanted to touch on here today. What we got here? Netflix. I talked about it last time. Did you see...
What?
Cuties. Did you see Did you see the backlash from the?
I did. How could you not? Even if you didn't know what the show was, you're bound to see it.
Yeah, it's wild.
What is it? I don't really. I thought it was like a reality show, but apparently it's like a TV show.
It's about like a young Somalian girl taking back her like sexuality. You know what I mean? Like she was in a very closed network with her parents.
Like a show mom.
No, they're like very strict, like Muslims.
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like can't do anything.
Okay.
So she joins a dance team of girls who dance. You know, it looks like a young Britney Spears video.
How old are they?
11. Yeah, and they're like thrusting and the one girl like takes a picture of her privates and starts to send it online. It's but like clothed, but it's like it's wild.
Is this based on a true story or anything?
I mean, some artistic
or someone's experience, because this seems very.
No, the woman. The director is a woman. So
okay, this seems all weird now to me.
Well, when you say you go see it, I don't
want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I have no
you.
interest. I mean, even if it wasn't about dancing 11-year-olds, if it was like someone 18 or whatever, same story, I'm like, I don't really have an interest in it.
Yeah, that's what
I don't really care about the story. So
just like TikTok is always pushing like young girls on you. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
Yeah, I had to delete it. It was like some family member wanted me to see them on TikTok, so I downloaded it for that, and then. It seems like they're just trying to push young girls dancing on your like feed all the time. I'm just like, I don't need this in my life.
I think that's just the amount of people that have that app, because I really don't know too many older people. Like I
do. I know older people
really?
who use TikTok all the fucking time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just like any, as much as I like to shit on it, it's just it's another avenue like Instagram or anything else to show.
I was kind of like
that you're bored and people want to see you, do some type of jackassery,
I remember when they were like, Trump's going to ban TikTok, and that was one of the only times I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. Like it was like at the time, but I acknowledge that like.
I get that though, because China is always they just want information. All they want is your information. Then we're going to have our next senator. Or congresswoman is now dancing on TikTok, and then 20 years from now they bring it up. China somehow uses that to bring her up because she said something that was at the time. Like if you said some shit in the 80s, you could do blackface in the 80s and it really wasn't that big of a deal.
They did it all the time.
You know what I mean? But now it's a big deal. So it's like they're going to use that like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But like.
It's wild. But I get why Trump wants to do that. You know what I mean? I understand that.
It's a double-edged sword because. Like there's a freedom of speech aspect to it that it's like that bothers me.
But they don't have the same rules and regulations as us.
But that's what I was going to say. You know what I mean? We don't have the same rules and regulations at it. But if you can't find a different way to do it, then like if people want to go on and dance or lip sync to Britney Spears songs, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to do. I want to be clear on that. I do not like do whatever you want.
I mean. It's borderline horse shit. I mean,
it's borderline horse shit. We can all agree it's borderline horse shit.
But, anything that's for kids, adults will get into. Like, just there's like no kids' video games anymore. Like, adults play them, like Twitch and everything like that. So,
yeah, I was it's funny. I just got pissed off because I couldn't get a PS5. You're absolutely right.
You gotta find the right fat white girl. And a little older, probably about 60s, 70s for you.
Why 60s, 70s?
I mean, beggars can't be choosers, Joe.
Come on, give me 50s at least.
I mean, you got to really put out. I mean, you can't be, you can't be pussyfooting around. You got to.
Dude, you've heard my material. Come on.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Don't get shy. Don't get shy. You got to be like Roy Munson and that's
Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin. Yeah, she's like, come on, Roy, it wasn't that bad. Had to pay that rent.
Trying not to laugh over you right now. Rent. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, so I agree. You're like, that's a good observation.
Yeah,
like everything's for adults now, really. Or they eventually, if it's for kids, it'll be for adults eventually.
Yeah, so people were upset about cuties, and now that's gone.
I wasn't going to cancel my Netflix subscription though, just because like I'm just not going to watch that.
Yeah, you realize that you don't have to watch it, right?
Crazy. I'm canceling. You're not going to change anything. I'm sorry, you're not.
Well, that's how you show that you're hurting a business, is by taking your money away. So I get. Yeah. I get it, but it's just like
I didn't hear anybody that Netflix is hurting. You're just like, I'm not going to watch it, and they took it off, right?
So now you have a kid that you're not going to allow to watch Netflix. It's like now you got to deal with that.
Yeah, like come on,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
What else came out recently? Oh, Mulan. Mulan came out recently. I heard it flopped.
I actually, I heard
everybody who's seen it said they liked it, but I heard it flopped.
I heard it flopped because
$30 a pop.
If you,
crazy.
I still think they should stop doing that. I mean, it's actually cheaper. You should probably spend $20 more going to the movies.
That's how much like porn at Blockbuster used to cost. When you went through the beads in the back, you pay like $30 for like a thing. You know what I mean?
It was a box set.
You know what I mean? You had some shady. I mean, where's that guy now? The guy that was selling the porn in the back of Blockbuster. Where's that guy?
He was in Union Square for a while, but I haven't seen him there in years.
Makes sense.
But yeah, it's $30. Mulan they basically did the real story
minus the dragon because of
minus the dragon and all the singing.
I heard they had some bangers too. Everybody people who love Mulan, Disney stuff like that, they didn't have the songs in there, and that's an issue. I'm freaking out.
That was a big reason why I heard it didn't do well is just because. But if you watch the trailer, it shocks me when people are like, "I didn't know it was going to be that," and I'm just like, "You watched the trailer, right? Yeah, okay. Did you see any songs in that trailer? No, you saw a lot of war and stuff. It's a war movie." It's her gallivanting around on a freaking horse with a sword in her hand trying to decapitate fucking. Maybe that's why it's such it's like a martial arts movie. That's the best way I can equate it to.
Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden,
that's
like a John Woo flick.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No guns, and no doves, but it's there.
What's a John Woo flick without doves, baby?
Fuck, let me tell you, it's bullshit.
Between him and Diddy, I don't know who had more doves.
Well, he made. Oh man, that's a great question.
Did he love a pair of turtle doves too?
I think he's. I mean, it's like a lot of cool fighting, but it's not Mulan. It's not the Mulan that from Disney.
Yeah, people want to see the dragon singing, dancing.
Eddie Murphy just won an Emmy. He doesn't need to do that shit.
They want to see the Chinese whiz.
Yeah, but that's awful. I didn't like the original whiz
because that was
scared the shit out of me.
That was the Black
Wizard of Oz.
Black Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me as a kid because Michael Jackson was terrifying.
Diana Ross killed her part. But,
Diana Ross was great.
But Michael Jackson could not act, and he was transitioning.
Yeah, and he was very scary looking that was actually the scariest version of Michael Jackson, Scarecrow Jackson.
Villa Lago took a great black superstar away from the black community.
Yeah, and they turned him into
Villa Lago. And then his credit score went up, and he joined the white community.
He did.
And started touching kids subsequently.
Kids' buttholes, right? Isn't that what it was?
He just wanted you to spread your cheeks.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd like to take a look. Just a little peek ski. What else we got here? I didn't know that Lord and Taylor went out of business.
Lord and Taylor went out of business?
Yeah, on Long Island. I mean, I don't know about worldwide.
I thought
on Long Island, Lord and Taylor went out of business. I was like, in my head, I'm like, am I a Lord and Taylor guy? I know my mom used to take me years ago, when I was a kid. But I was like,
too.
But I feel like, is there something from Lord and Taylor that I used to get, that I used to love?
I feel like a corduroy jacket, maybe, when I was 15.
I do like the feeling of a nice corduroy, especially when the smell of Marlboro light smoke hits it from a night of drinking. And
you are painting a hell of a picture for me right now that may be truer than I think it is.
Yeah, it's nothing like a corduroy jacket that smells of cigarette.
Yeah, always Marlboros.
Yes.
It can only smell like a Marlboro Red.
Oh, man.
But no, Lord and Taylor, isn't that like... That's like middle-aged people clothes, right? And then like clothes that your parents buy for you until you've realized to make your own decisions for yourself.
I believe the clothes were very affordable though, and nice, like better than Target, but
and not as expensive as Eddie Bauer.
Right, but better than Bob's.
Definitely,
better than Bob's.
Most things are better than Bob's.
Yeah, I did a lot of Bob shopping in my day.
Yeah, I understand.
A lot of Tia's Flea Market.
Tia's Flea Market.
Yeah,
I wish it was still around.
Yeah, I had the Fat Albert jeans. Those were at the time I thought they were very stylish, but when I went to school the next day,
Fat Farm.
No, they were their own brand, FUBU.
It was FUBU because I remember seeing people wear those.
Yes, I wore it to school thinking that I was going to be the belle of the ball, but the other mean kids in school informed me that next day that they were indeed not stylish, and then they went on for the rest of the day of notifying me of it with clever puns and jokes throughout the day as they made fun of me for.
What do they call you? I have to know.
They really went in. I mean, no matter where I went, it was.
So what did the pants look like? Like what?
I literally had a big ass face of Fat Albert on them.
Was it like a patch? It was a patch.
A patch, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the Marvel clothes. I remember Daredevil was on jeans at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a lot of that, and the mean kids made fun of me all day.
Did you ever wear them to school again?
I never, ever wore those to school ever again. I never wore them out of the house ever again. They were like those were like $200 jeans. They never seen the light of day ever again.
That shit was expensive.
Yeah, they never seen the light of day ever again.
All right, so I had a pair of shorts that had a big. I remember, I just because I really liked this movie, I had a pair of shorts that had Tony Montana's face on it.
Tony Montana.
Yeah, but it was him. It was him in front of the money.
Oh, were you is this a, you allowed to say wigger? Is that what were you a wigger?
No, I just saw them in TJ Maxx and I thought they were cool, so I ripped them up and wear them to metal shows all the time.
You know what? I know you went to metal. I mean, you are metal.
Yeah.
You look pretty metal.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Thank you.
Is that? I don't think I meant it as a compliment.
Oh, okay.
But you took it that way. All right. Nonetheless, boy. Oh, you know what I came across the other day?
What's that?
There's a new lube out called Pure, like Pujr. Whoa!
But isn't that also a hand sanitizer? That's Purell.
It's Purell. Yeah, this stuff better than Astroglide. Holy shit!
Wait, it's just called. What's the label look like? I picture something sort of like
kind of Russian-y.
It looks Russian-y.
Kind of Scandinavian-y.
Just made with vodka or something like that.
No, like the periods in the wrong place or something like that.
Were you walking into your local sex shop like, I need something new?
Yeah, I was like, hey,
Pierre, what do we have back here that's not your usual lube?
Pierre, you mean pedophile?
Oh, pedophile.
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Come on back here.
He's like, you looking to spice up your life, kid?
You want to see all the video cassettes in the back that no one else gets to see?
He's like, I got a special case over here for you.
We don't go to that end booth anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I put a drop on my finger, and I went to go snap my finger. I almost threw my thumb at a socket when I did it. It slid so goddamn fast. Almost threw my thumb at a socket.
Dude, sex products in general are hilarious to me. Like, there's like ball refill. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many different kinds of lube and shit and everything. Like, it's like the Gatorade for fucking.
And people out there just having regular, basic sex. Odell Beckham is out there asking to get shit on. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit.
Spicing it up a little bit. Literally.
Yeah, a little cinnamon on your bun.
Or sausage, whatever you're looking for.
Yeah. Either's fine. Either's fine. Whatever you're into.
But every once in a while, like, I'll just, because I'll be skimming through Instagram and I follow some porn stars every once in a while. It's just like a really nice ad, and they're like, ball refill when you need to go again.
It's funny how you could be, just being hot makes you money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you just be hot and make money.
Yeah.
Like
Instagram.
Like OnlyFans is wild as a motherfucker.
I have no, I got more 2 weeks into quarantine, I got more messages on Facebook from girls I knew going, "Hey, would you mind supporting my OnlyFans account?"
Yeah, it's
like just willingly being like, "Look at my pussy.
Yeah, if you're
come on, look at it. It's fine."
If you're on Tinder, somebody will just hit you up and say like, "Oh, like their first message will be like, hit me up on OnlyFans." It's like what?
No,
I liked your profile.
No, I started here with this.
You sneaky whore. I liked your profile.
Seriously, though.
You said you like turtle doves.
Oh, I hate that. It's like, hey, baby, I can only hang out on OnlyFans, so hit me up on there. And I'm like, this is not how this works.
All right, we got to take a break. And
I would love to talk more OnlyFans when we come back.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back in a minute. All right. Hey, gang. Keith Fairfax here. Are you tired of having weak, fragile bones? You know what you need? A fresh glass of milk. Nothing like a fresh glass of milk with dinner. What you do is make yourself a nice bowl of pasta and you wash it down with a nice glass of whole milk. And then, right before you go to bed, you know what? Another glass of healthy, whole milk right from the udders. Here's looking at you, kid. This is the music they put at every country fair out here. It's like, and welcome to the band, Johnny and the Two Fish.
Johnny and the Two Fish.
Yeah.
It's always a cover band of Waylon Jennings songs or some shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back, and I still have my guest here, Joe Winchell.
Yo. Thank you.
That is a crowd of people going absolutely wild.
For my cover band that's playing right now.
I don't think I mentioned what today is. Today is what, Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
The 21st of September. It's cold out.
Love it.
Just like I like it. And I can't wait. Thanks for turning off the fan. I can't wait for some of these people to leave.
Ugh.
It's getting crowded.
They might not, though.
No, you're right. People might not go back to the city.
That's the crazy thing about where I live.
Yeah, people might just say, fuck it, stay.
They haven't. Like, there's still, like summer-like traffic still happening now. They're just like, nah, I'm good here. Meanwhile, the city's a ghost town.
Yeah, city's a ghost town.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah, we did that show at Broadway the night before. We were at Broadway Comedy Club, and we did a show there the night before the whole city shut down. That was crazy.
But even then, I remember walking through Manhattan with you and being like, I've never seen, because Broadway had been shut down at that point.
No prostitutes. I was like, what kind of city is this?
No prostitutes. The homeless hadn't figured things out yet, so they were still hiding. Like, it was just nobody.
I don't want to live in a city with no prostitution.
I mean, neither do I.
Is that Marxism? Is that what that is?
Is that Marxism? Is that the definition of being a communist?
I don't know. I'll look it up. But I can't live in that totalitarian state. Just uses words wrong the whole time.
Keep using that word, Keith. I don't think it means what you think it means.
keep slinging them out there. See what sticks.
That was the podcast. He used a lot of big words that I don't really think.
Yeah,
I didn't know what that meant, I don't think
he knew it. I think he's a devil worshiper to an extent. I'm not 100% sure.
Kept saying indubitably. I don't know why. Anyway, Fairfax with Fairfax, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. What did I want to jump into? Oh, sports over the weekend. You know what? I hate
sports are weird.
The damn Yankees, not the band damn Yankees, but the literal damn Yankees have won like 11 in a row. Like they just don't lose anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're all juiced up, steroids.
Probably less testing now because everybody's just worried about COVID. So you probably get away with so many more steroids than you could.
The Yankees pretty much invented juicing up.
They did, and they were awesome when they were juicing. Roger Clemens was so much better when he was juiced.
The Mets would have won that 2000 World Series if they had half the amount of juice that the Yankees had.
If they had just a quarter of the juice, they probably could have beat him.
You know, Piazza was scared. Well, Clemens scared him.
Yeah, Clemens was a scary guy on juice.
He scared the hell out of Piazza.
He was shaking his boots. At him like a broken bat?
Yeah, it was like, what are you doing? I remember everybody tried to say that Piazza was on roids because he had a little back acne.
He's just a big dude.
Grown men get back acne.
Yeah, like I never.
You know what I mean?
Roger Clemens, though, definitely on roids.
Grown men get back acne. It's nothing new here, okay? That doesn't mean steroids. Ooh, you know.
When that list came out and everybody was like, oh my God.
A lot of Yankees on there, yeah.
Yeah, no shit. But it was one of those things where every Yankees fan's like, yeah, we all knew.
And they loved it. That's what I hated. They loved it.
That's right.
Fucking guys.
Everybody's like, Giambi was better when he was juicing anyway.
Oh, boy. So what else happened? The Mets stink. They win every other game and then not versus good teams, as usual. The Giants and Jets both suck. Nothing new there.
The Giants, I am a Giants fan, but I do think the Giants look just a tad better. The Jets did take out like half a team, even though they lost.
Boy, MetLife is the teams are scared to go play there.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Garoppolo, they won the game, but at what cost?
That's like Pet Cemetery ground over there. Yeah,
he has a torn ACL or something, right?
Yes, towards ACL. Yeah,
and so did Saquon Barkley.
It's pretty wild.
It's also just weird watching football because
they weren't allowed to have. Well, Cuomo didn't allow them to have fans in the stadium.
No, but it's hilarious when they're in places like Texas.
Actually, they're in Jersey. I don't even know. Yeah.
No, Jersey's tri-state area.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Gotcha.
But if you go to I was watching the Texans game, and they're in Texas, and it's just like this is basically the stadium's at half capacity. They zoomed out at one point. And I'm like, there's a lot of people in there. I don't know if I want to be in a football stadium with football fans right now. I got to be honest with you.
I think you had to wear a mask.
You had to wear a mask.
Yeah, there were some regulations. It wasn't
definitely. No, it's not.
It wasn't lawless. Yeah.
You know, but it's also my envy too, because I used to go to Giants games every year. Now you can't.
But Florida's still the Wild West.
Oh God, it's the last on frontier left, man.
Crazy.
Can't shut Miami down, man.
In other news, I don't know, the Colts won. I don't know why anybody would care about that, but the Colts won 28.
Oh, I thought they got disbanded last year.
No, they're still around.
Oh, okay.
Good, yeah. Just talk about that. But in other news, what was I going to say? Oh, we were talking about that, I'm tell everybody who will listen, aliens do exist. They are among us. There's a new show coming out called Phenomenon.
Is it a show or a documentary?
Documentary.
It's a documentary.
Sorry, documentary. Yeah. Based off of real events, real people. Do you have the post? You want to read the synopsis real quick?
I have the synopsis for. We don't have the synopsis for that one because that was the one that we thought was the actual.
Oh, right. Correct.
I'd like to plug real quick. Check out Acknowledged. Looks fun.
Yeah, unacknowledged.
Unacknowledged.
Yeah, it came out a couple of years ago. That had a crazy. That was wild too.
That was like a bunch of government. But this is what we watched a trailer for this. This is essentially like a documentary about. This interviews a lot of the fighter pilots. All of that. It's a lot of military interviews and a lot of footage of what seems to be footage from fighter jets as recent as a couple of years ago.
Right.
And it is crazy looking. It looks nuts, and it's also about the UFO cover up. Because everybody for years has always said, like, well, why doesn't a former president just come out and be like, there's aliens? You know, why didn't Bill Clinton come out and say any of that stuff? But like, this is about like the cover up. I don't know, like Keith, what's your perspective on aliens?
I believe that we're a small cog in this giant world that we're in the universe. I think we're just a small speckle.
You're getting deep with those right now.
Yes, I believe that we are just a piece of what could be.
That's not bad, actually. I'm going to give you some credit for that.
Because those guys just go on and say something without saying anything.
Yeah, it's always...
We're just a piece of what could be in a grander scheme of things.
You see, what people don't understand is that we are one hair on a giant dog. You don't get it.
When everybody talks about, like, I love Neil deGrasse.
I love Neil deGrasse.
You know, when he's talking about, things happening light years away and black holes and, Planet 15 on Indicon 8.
Indicon 8, yeah. I've read a bunch about that. To me, I kind of the same way. Like, there's no possible way it's just us.
No, definitely not.
There's no possible way.
Definitely not.
But I have a theory that, like, because every time, first of all, every one of these documentaries about aliens that comes out looks like it's directed by Zack Snyder with all the dramatic. But it's always like very like, what do we know? I mean, it's like, what are they here for? This, that, and that. I really do believe that some of them come here just to fuck around.
I mean, I look at aliens like China. They want information.
Yeah, but I also feel like they look at Earth as like the Disney World of planets.
Right. You come here. Like, I think that we're just like, they might look at us like pets. Like,
yeah, kind of.
We could be just cattle to them.
Yeah, I feel like they're just like fly down. They're like, and
well, nowadays you got to be nice to cattle. You can't even treat cattle like cattle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Jesus Christ.
But it's like, hey, Klaxar, let's show up in her house and just take her socks and then just wave to her right before we zoom away. No one will fucking believe her. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so many, like, because I've like read and watched a lot of this shit, and some of the stories, it just sounds like jokes I used to play on my friends when I was a kid. Like, literally, like, there's stories about people missing their socks, about how the aliens would, like, screw with them and everything like that. Like, there's a story about a woman who said that she would see an alien that would, like, put a finger in her face. Like, I'm not touching it. Like, that to me is just, like two aliens high just being like, yo, let's go down to Earth for the weekend and, like, let our hair out down.
But you could also be drunk in the middle of the night and wake up and think, looks like you think you hear something.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, I saw a glimmer in my hallway before, and I was like, I had to wipe the sleep out of my eyes and be like, what was that? Hello? Is anybody there? It's
that's
you
the
don't know
aliens
what's
fucking
happening.
with you, Keith.
I wouldn't mind it. You know what I mean? But anybody who's like, you ever look at those documentaries of a guy who's been abducted?
Yeah,
or a woman that's been abducted.
Actually,
it's just
those
like,
are creepy.
You are bad shit.
Sometimes it's, and this is going to sound fucked up and dark, but when they talk about the story, to myself, I'm like, I think you were molested.
Yes, I was like,
I think you were probably molested by your uncle.
Was that a 45-year-old tranny that put his hands on you and not an alien?
Yeah, because it's not that I don't believe. There are some stories that you're like, whoa.
Yes, was this like, at a truck stop in Iowa?
Yeah, it's like, did you pick up a prostitute?
Yes.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe when you were smoked a little bit too much meth that night.
Yeah, you already gave him the 50 spot.
People do crazy shit when they're stoned.
Tell me about it.
It's not that I don't believe, because there's some stories that you're like, there's like an incident that happened that's like called Fire. It's like a famous abduction, and they made a movie out of it. I think it's called like Fire in the Sky or some shit like that.
Okay.
And, like, it's horrifying. Like, the idea, like, what he describes, he's, like, poked and prodded with, like, metal things.
I mean, abducted in plain sight is...
abducted in plain sight is about child snatchers, I thought.
Yes, but... Well, no, not necessarily that. But, like, to me, that's... He's somebody's alien. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you were just taken by a guy.
Did you watch all that, by the way?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Great. It was great.
I sat there with my...
The family is stupid. The guy's an asshole, but the family, they're all stupid. The mom, the dad, the daughter, all of them are stupid.
I know we're supposed to sit there and watch these things and I do have compassion. Terrible thing would happen.
You can't be that naive.
But like, when they're like, well, he needed to sleep in the bed with her. And I'm like, come on.
All of them, they all deserve to go to jail in some way or another. They're all liable for being dummies.
Yeah, it's just so obviously like, this person is not a good person.
I don't know, man.
But a lot of that stuff is all like weird manipulation. I was telling you before I was watching this thing called NXIVM.
Yeah, tell me, what is NXIVM again?
So NXIVM there's a documentary on HBO. It's called The Vow, and like just keeping in lines with like weird, interesting things. Like it's about this thing called NXIVM, and NXIVM was kind of like Scientology, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Mm-hmm. And with Scientology, it's like people who have like anxiety, or basically it's someone standing in the street being like, "Excuse me, sir, would you like to be happy? Follow me."
See, Scientology, I can't really get behind because the second in command, Moses, is in California.
Like you can't meet God or Jesus,
right? Yeah, it's like Moses is in California. I can't really get behind that. It's like, so wait, I can just go meet the second in command and.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Well, first I have to get someone of Tom Cruise's ilk in this pyramid scheme. I have to get a celebrity in order so I can move up in the hierarchy of shenaniganism.
Basically. But they actually touched on that in this too. Like, do you remember a show on Nickelodeon called The Secret World of Alex Mack? He turned into a puddle.
I think so. It was low budget.
Kind of. It was on Nickelodeon.
Was this around the same time as Famous Jet Jackson?
I think
before Famous Jet Jackson.
I think it's either I think they kind of almost touch, because I remember Famous Jet Jackson as well. Loved Famous Jet Jackson.
I totally forgot I had this mask on. I look like Scruff McGruff.
I was going to say, but I like it because every time I look at you, you're always smiling.
I feel like it was like, remember that Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
60652.
What was that for? What were we supposed to send there?
I don't remember. Scruff McGruff was the...
was it crime?
Yeah, I thought it was like associated with McGruff, the crime dog.
But why were you supposed to send something to him? What were you supposed to send to him?
No, I think you got like a neighborhood, like a certificate. Like you're like, I think it was for kids. It was help take a bite out of crime. Was like help. It was like PAL organizations.
Yeah, they were making snitches early. Oh, yeah. I don't like that.
Hey, guess what? Dare's not around anymore.
I wonder why Dare's. They probably have a new version of it.
It didn't work. That's why it did not
work. It definitely did. Nobody stuck to those rules.
Nobody. Like, I'm sure. Like, I don't know anybody's story in high school, but I doubt Dare worked.
He's a kid, you do drugs. He's a kid, you do drugs. You're gonna turn into a crackhead. You smoke pot, you'll turn into a crackhead. You drink, you'll turn into a crackhead. It was like all of it was involved around turning into a crackhead at some point in time.
Yeah, basically. And also, like, where were these dudes in, like, trench coats that hung out near the basketball court being like, "Hey, kid, you want to smoke some weed?"
And supposedly there was a whole bunch of free samples being handed out.
Yeah.
First they get you hooked. I was like, that's not the 80s.
That's not how it works anymore. Motherfuckers make money now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want a free sample?
Yeah, that'd be like every time I get, like, if I go to buy weed, right, and I get a new dealer, I'm like, oh, well, you don't have to charge me the first time.
Right.
Whatever hippie I'm buying from is being like, get out. Get out of here with that 80s mentality.
Oh, man. But back to...
what was I saying?
You were talking about NXIVM.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's like this... it's like Scientology, except it's all based in science. But again, like, you can kind of meet the guy at the head of it. And the guy's name's actually Keith.
So, listen, I enjoy a good cult. I think I'd be a good cult leader.
This is a sex cult.
I mean, is there any other cult?
No, there's only sex. It's only bad cults are only. Yeah. Everybody else is just a yogi. Like a bad cult, a cult is, you know.
So first off, you're telling me this guy Keith is hella cool, which I get.
He looks like Jesus. If
all right. White. So his name is Keith. He has a sex cult. I mean, I think I found my next guest.
But he looks like, I mean, yeah, you'd have to. He's got like because every one of these guys, like Charles Manson, they just look like white Jesus. And like the minute you start hanging out with a guy with long hair and a beard,
it's hard for me to believe that Jesus is white. Being that
that's why I'm specifying, because he wasn't. Like I didn't say Korean Jesus, because they worship Korean Jesus.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, like he brings them this. He's like a genius, and he has this math problem that basically makes he invented math that makes people happy. Like
like the new Common Core shit.
Kind of. No. Well, it's like weirdly complex, but it also might be bullshit. It's essentially like if you have anxiety, basically like gets it to go away and everything through simple denomination and everything like that. And essentially what happens is that there's a group of women that decide they're going to start a little club inside of NXIVM, right? Mm-hmm. and they go out and recruit women, and it's called like it's supposed to bolster the idea that it's pitched.
Hold on a second. How cute are the women? Are we talking about like
they're really hot? I'm going to be honest with you. These are like
Manson had some dogs. I mean,
it was like 2 hot girls.
Jesus,
this is only a couple years ago.
Yeah, in the movie they depicted these hot supermodel types, but in real life, the Manson had some very homely looking followers.
These girls are pretty these girls are pretty hot.
All right.
So fucked up that I say that, but they were hot.
Yeah.
They are hot, and so they started this club, right? And basically, like it became very clear that it's just this thing they do to like worship this guy Keith.
Okay.
But it's called
just the way it sounds. I love it to worship this guy. Don't say this guy, Keith.
It's just a way to worship.
Put some respect
Keith.
on his
This is
name.
how
How about
you-
that? How about you put some respect on his name?
They did put some respect on his name because one of the ways that you had to get into this little club, first of all, it was called Master Slave. Like they treated it like a sorority, and when a new girl would come in, you're like, well, you're my slave, and I'm your master. So when I text you to do something, you have to text back, yes, master, within a minute, or you're going to be in big fucking trouble.
What's big trouble?
They would do things like have them send sex videos to them, make one copy. He's like, now you have to send me a sex video in case you do something wrong. Now I can blackmail you. Naked pictures, deeds to your house, and everything. They would make you send it to him.
All right, so he's awesome. Continue on.
He's got all this swag.
Yeah. Okay, I see nothing wrong so far.
And so eventually they established, they have a ceremony where they actually get branded, like right above their vagina. And like, not like a brand, like a cattle brand, like where you just go, psh,
Right.
A1 steaks or whatever the fuck. It's the thing where they heat up like a metal, like
a
rod,
metal
there's a real
notary stamp.
But there's like a real way of doing this. Like it's like called singeing or so. Like people who go to Burning Man do it, and they do it. It takes 45 minutes, and they put what they said was a symbol. But if you turn it sideways, it's just the guy's initials. It says Keith. I can't remember the guy's last name, but it's Keith, and then his last name.
Fairfax. That's what
it looks like an F.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
at the end of this documentary. You're gonna pop up at the end of it.
But
I recommend it. I think you'd really like it. It's fucked up. They have like phone call conversations they recorded. Like at one point, one of the husbands finds out that she got branded, and the other girl's like, "It's fine, Dan," and he goes, "It's not fine, Lauren. There's Keith's initials are above my wife's vagina."
And if I had a nickel every time,
if I had a nickel every time, some guy put his initials above my wife's vagina, I'd be a rich man.
I mean, so it seems like that guy's more or less just mad at his cuck.
It seems like I know at one point like they would make you do like special assignments like you have to go do this, right? So at one point they were like, you have to go seduce Keith, and he had a girlfriend, and his girlfriend found out about it, and they were like, she's like, what the hell? And he's like, hey man, it's not my fault what they do in their sorority. I have to abide by it. That is Nexium.
Rules are rules.
See, Keith is he's
a rules man.
If you're only listening to this right now, you actually can't see how many notes Keith is writing down right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that guy Keith is a rules man. I'm gonna have to go look it up. Nexium.
Yeah, it's called the documentary about Nexium is called The Vow. It's on HBO.
All right,
it's good. It's fucked up.
Now I got a little homework.
Yeah, man.
Gotta find my kin, my ilk.
But back to aliens. I love them and they exist.
Do I believe anybody's been abducted?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a
might
tough
have been molested,
sell.
like we said.
I mean, I believe they've been molested.
Yeah.
Abducted and molested are not the same thing.
There's like something called the Coronado incident or something like that, where like 4 or 5 people got abducted in one night. I do know that. Or Coronado or something.
Well, you were told that. We don't know that. We were told that.
Yeah, but also I'm sure. But like, there's a line in there. You can read a book about it. Apparently, one of these dudes woke up with the dude that he got stuck with, a roommate he didn't want to be with. That was annoying. So he woke up the next day, and the first thing he hears, he was like, "Bill, wake up! Something's wrong with my penis."
It's been abducted by aliens.
Like, he already doesn't like this guy. That guy got abducted, the other guy didn't, and he's just like, "What the fuck does this guy want now?"
I mean,
weird part about it was Bill Clinton was at a convention at the same hotel they got abducted at.
And it's like no millionaires ever get abducted. Nobody who has money ever gets abducted. It's always in some backwoods.
Some hick in the backwoods named Jethro.
A New York City bum. There's New York City bums that'll tell you they've been abducted before, but I think that's just heroin beaming them up. Yeah.
We don't know. We'll have to. I don't know. You have to weed out the good with the bad. It's like the Bigfoot stories. It's probably just a bear. So these people probably just got sexually assaulted. They didn't realize it.
Nope. See, that's what I have to disagree with you there. I believe in.
Oh no.
I believe Sasquatch lives.
I believe in Sasquatch, but some of those motherfuckers have seen a bear.
I mean, it's the great ape.
Oh man, I just tapped into. Oh, you are.
No, I believe.
You're like, listen, this is part of my religion. I'm sorry.
I believe in the Yeti. You know, I don't believe in like the chupacabra. I think that's made up.
Wasn't that like proved to be true though? Isn't there like some feral fox that they found that's like it's like a? I thought I read something there like a chupacabra in Texas is real because it was like a group of like foxes that were like a lost species or something like that. It wasn't like the weird alien thing that people make it look like.
I'm talking about the weird alien thing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Loch Ness may have been around,
I think it was, and then it has since died.
or it could have. You know, it lives. You know, like turtles or something. It could have like a very slow heart rate, or like there's those what is it like? I think it's called a Greenland shark that can live to be like 800.
Yeah, it's they have the parasites on their eyes, and they live at the very bottom of the ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be like one of those type of. You know, I can't tell you. You know, I'm not. I never confessed to being a zoologist.
No, but I've watched a lot of Discovery Channel.
Correct. You know, I watched
all of
Nat Geo.
Planet Earth.
Yeah. I used to love. I mean, you know, R.I.P. Crocodile Hunter, but you know, that was my guy. Him and Jack Hanna.
I love Jack Hanna. I had the tapes. Did you have the tapes as a kid? Jack Hanna's on Wild Animals.
I would watch it in the morning, but I don't think he had the tapes of it. No.
I had like two of the VHSs you could get where he just would like, "These are my birds." He was an awesome guy.
He's my bird. Yeah. He was a little rough with him too. Like there's the guy on Channel 12 with the glasses.
Yeah.
You ever see him?
Yeah.
He'll grab a kitten by the fucking scruff of its neck
sure.
and drag that motherfucker around like it's nothing.
You're like-
I was like, well, easy, sir. Easy.
It's like when I watch Tiger King and they're like, "This is how you handle tigers," and they're just wrapping this thing's head around, and I'm like, "This is a monster that will eat you. Don't do that."
Tiger King was so good. I thought it was a great documentary.
It got snubbed by the Emmys. They wouldn't let it in.
And then I was pissed because a friend of mine, she just bought a bulldog, a French bulldog for $6,000. I'm like, for $5,000, you could have got a tiger.
Yeah, it's real. You can get a tiger.
We could be playing with a tiger right now. Instead, you paid $6,000 for a French bulldog.
You can Tony Montana the shit out of your life to this
Jesus,
now, man. Like it's
people's
2020,
priorities.
man.
Oh man,
Imagine having a tiger backyard. Like what the fuck? Like I watched that documentary. And I'm like, that's what you wake up to every day. Tigers, and they're just gonna. Oh, this is Sarah. She's a lovely woman, and she's just this giant bangled white tiger that could eat his head if he thought twice about it.
And it's like you need about the same certifications to be a tiger wrangler as you do work at a car wash.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like I found this person at the bus stop and now they're working with tigers.
Yeah,
it's like what?
but that's literally everyone. Not to talk about Tiger King, but like not even Tiger King. That's if you look at anybody who's like a specific handler, they're like, well, I used to be a magician, and then I thought one day, why not handle wild animals?
Got into some light tiger work.
After
that, little porn. Then I got into the sex trade.
Yeah. So now I'm trading human beings and tigers in boxes.
Just dabbled in that for a little bit. Got my feet wet. Came back.
Moved to Russia for a little bit. Came back. Moved back to Russia.
No one moves to Russia twice, sir. So, refer to me as Olaf, please.
Yeah. Sometimes you watch. You're right though. You watch videos of some of them handle it. It's like this is what you have to like. Animal handling's a lot like be real rough with it. Like grabbing an alligator by the mouth and just being like, this is it.
Doc Antle was my hero. But if Joe Exotic told me he got abducted by aliens, I'd be like, makes sense.
Is Doc Antle the guy with this sex tiger cult?
I believe they called it a harem. Yes.
Oh.
And put some respect on his
I'm
name.
learning a lot about what you want out of life right now. I just want you to know that.
I don't want a harem of women. I couldn't do with those personalities.
I want like 3 tops.
No. Maybe 2 pen pals and a yeah. I don't even think anybody could deal with me that long. I wouldn't want to put 3 women around at all times. I wouldn't want that. Yeah, that's a lot.
It was like he had like 7, right? Wasn't there like 10?
Yeah, but they all had their own homes.
Yeah, it was crazy to me.
know,
why didn't he have his own documentary?
Tigers. It's he didn't know they were shooting it like that. He thought they were shooting like a documentary on saving tigers, not a
is that what it was?
Piece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they totally told him that like, oh, we're doing this to protect this and that, and they just totally went betrayed his trust and just went totally off the reservation.
Well, it's very clear what's going on.
Yeah, he was none too happy about how that documentary made him look.
I feel like 5 minutes into that, when you see like all the women and everything, and you're like, oh, this is weird. Something weird's going on here.
But they shot it in a way of like, they shoot it like the news shoots.
Tabloid news.
Yeah.
So you think he was misinterpreted?
I believe he's living his best life.
Let it be known. Keith Fairfax is pro Doc Antle and everything he's doing.
Listen, he has to stay on that ranch all the time. You can't just leave. It's not like he could go to a nightclub and just meet girls. He has the tigers. The girls come to him.
No. Girls always come. It's very clear
the girls come for the tigers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it is. Like, you know what I learned from Tiger King? It's tigers will get you a lot of pussy, apparently.
My boy goes to the dog park with his little puggle, and women just fly to him. Imagine if they have a damn tiger.
I mean, what was the guy who brought the cubs?
Oh, his man that would just bring him in Jeff.
Yeah, that dude.
You just bring him in a leather sack.
He's like one of the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever. He's uglier than Joe Exotica. He's got like a face that definitely he looks like a low level mafia hitman that they have to use sometimes.
He's living the dream. He has a wife and a babysitter that he's banging. They just had a kid. I follow Tiger King memes on Facebook.
I'm a big Jeff Lowe fan.
Jeff Lowe's a wild man.
I feel like you can wear a hat and a bandana. You can't do both anymore. It's like the sandals and flip flops and fucking on your head.
That's a weird look.
It's so weird
for every day. That's a weird look.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God, sorry to go down the hole in Tiger King, but like this, I still have a lot of questions about it.
I don't know. This is a show about nothing. We just
the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that like that was an original thought. I said this is a show about nothing, like that was an original thought I had, and not the Seinfeld moniker.
Well, you don't have to fucking beat me down on the ground about it.
No, I'm just I said it like I thought of it.
It was an original thought as far as I'm concerned. This is the Keith Fairfax show. But yeah, no, like I watch stuff like that, and that's all I have more questions come out of it.
And you know what else I saw today? So Ellen was on this morning, and she apologized.
Is this about the same shit that's been going on?
Yeah, this is her back at this is the first time she's doing the show back.
I thought she said she was done with the show.
No, Ellen, she is the show. The show is her.
It's literally a
one. Yeah.
So here's my question: is anybody really that surprised that she's a little bit of a bitch?
No.
Why are we so mad about this? I think
that's nothing. I was more attracted to Ellen once I found that out. I became more attracted to Ellen.
Yeah, like there was.
Let's hold this thought.
We'll hold this thought.
We'll hold this thought. We'll handle that when we come back.
Okay.
This is the Keith Fairfax podcast, and we'll be back momentarily. Pay some bills. Oh, hey gang, Keith again. I know that it's been troubling as we've all gotten a little bit older. And you know what stinks? Those aches and pains. You can feel it in your knees, your elbows. And what we all need is for those aches and pains to go away. So I got a revolutionary product that's going to help you get those aches and pains out. It's called ice. Yes, household ice. You put it in a bag, you rest it on your knee, and all of a sudden the swelling goes away. So, next time you're feeling a little hurt, a little sore, get yourself a nice bag of ice. All right, gang. That was the final break. Gonna wrap the show up soon. Me, Joe Winchell.
Oh, thank you.
Bringing the funny. Give it another round of applause for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You've been great today. And you know what? While you're at it, give me a round of applause too. Thank you. Hey guys, come on. What are we doing here? I don't need that. Guys, come on. Calm down. Thank you. People get rowdy. They see
I guess.
Yeah,
it's hard being loved, right?
It really is. They get rowdy out there. They get rowdy. We just talking about Ellen DeGeneres. So Ellen goes back on air today, and she had a heartfelt apology about how the show was being run, and she'll never have it ran like that before. Never have it ran like that again. Yeah, she went out and she just gave a speech about how the work environment is going to change around there, and everybody's going to be on their P's and Q's, and everything's going to be hunky dory from here on out. But if you're Ellen, she was like, the biggest gripe that people have with Ellen is that they said the person that you see on TV is not the person that she is behind closed doors. And I'm like, you can't turn on that high level energy all day long.
That's so dumb. That's like getting mad at Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's not actually a robot.
It's wild. And then they said that she's a bit of a bitch. It's like, yeah, like she's running a multi-billion, $1 million company.
Talk about branding.
You know how many jobs that Ellen holds together and stuff like that. Like
these people are always some kind of ass. You know what? I'm sure. I really am. I'm thinking maybe that she is that she really is a nice person, but you have to be sort of a asshole to do what you just said. So is it really that surprising to find out that she's just a little bit of a bitch?
Well, it's funny because Cosmo did a piece on her. They were like, they interviewed like a couple people, like people cleaning people and stuff like that in their life, and they were talking about how mean she was. And one of the things they brought up was they were like, Ellen would leave matches around, like in different hiding spots, to make sure when they vacuumed that they cleaned the room well. And I was like, that's not being mean. That's being
thorough. Because
very, very thorough.
Yeah. At your goddamn job.
Yeah. If you can't vacuum to that if you can't satisfy, if you can't make a concerted effort to do the best vacuum job you can possibly do for Ellen, then maybe you need a new vacuum job.
Maybe you shouldn't be working in the Holiday Inn, motherfucker. That seems hollow to me. That like she leaves matches, so we make sure we do our jobs.
Yes.
I get it. It's a little. It sounds a little bitchy. It does.
Right.
It does sound bitchy.
I mean, listen, if I want but there's so many famous people. If you look at their writer, they want wild thing. Like, give me only yellow M&Ms.
Yeah, you ever heard the Axl Rose request from the Guns N' Roses days? The one he did with Metallica, where he asked for like a Cuba ham, like an entire steak dinner. Like, I think all of the M&Ms had to be in different colors and different vials and everything. Like, there's a list of stuff. I think Mariah Carey asked for ridiculous shit.
Yeah, like she only had like red Skittles or something like that.
I know for a fact Jennifer Lopez requires like 3 dozen flowers or it's something ridiculous that she that's demands.
And I don't, you know what? When you hit that level, you get to make those demands. Yeah, and that's
what you get to do when you hit that level. You get to ask for fucking wackadoo shit.
But everybody gets to be like, how come I don't get treated like that? Because you don't have skill or talent.
You're
like, what don't you understand?
It's true.
We're not all equal.
A lot of people do say that. It's like, well, how come they don't listen to me? It's like, because nobody cares. You don't have any reason.
It's crazy. But I think Ellen is a wonderful person. She does wonderful things. I don't care if she's a little mean.
They got on her about that, like the Sofia Vergara, where she's making fun of Sofia Vergara's accent, and I'm like, yeah. First of all, literally everyone, including Sofia Vergara, makes fun of her own accent, and she's gone. So just like. Now you're just pulling at straws. It's
Sophia lays it on thicker than she has to. She doesn't have to be that.
That woman can lay it on as thick as she wants. She's so fucking hot.
Very true. Very true. She's dating with a Joe Maglobubuski.
Oh, yeah. This dude, he's like a Magic Mike guy. That's what you get when you're Magic. I mean, I get it. Everybody's like, why not me? And I'm like, you want to go fuck Channing Tatum? If you get that option, go do it.
Yeah. It's funny. I heard that Channing Tatum is on Raya. It's like the celebrity dating app. Like the celebrity Tinder, you got to be like.
This is real?
Yeah. Well, but you have to be like.
You have to be a celebrity.
That, or you could just be a cute Instagram model. If you're a guy, you have to be a celebrity or be wealthy. If you're a woman, you just have to be. You could live next door to me, and you just have to be cute.
So I can't date Megan Fox if I wish.
Megan Fox is dating somebody.
Damn it!
She has those little thumbs that bother me. Those little.
She's little nubby thumbs.
Those toe thumbs. I don't like it. Probably make my thing look big, but other than that.
Little tiny baby hand?
Mm-hmm. It's like, how many of your thumbs is it long? She's like, 10. It's like, yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, I didn't know there was a celebrity dating app.
Yeah, Raya.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Ellen will be fine. She apologized. The show's not going anywhere.
No, the show's fine. The black DJ that she has, I think
he left
Twitch. No, she gave him the title of executive producer.
So he's a producer?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, got bumped up. She was like, I'll help out a black.
I hit all the checklists.
Yeah. You got to. She came back swinging. She was like,
I got to donate to a women's organization after this.
Yeah, she's like, feels like Tony Montana said, come and get me, motherfucker. She was like,
dude, I feel like that's kind of what it was though when they were like, we're going after Ellen. It's like when they had the Red Scare was happening and the McCartney suddenly went after politicians. They're like, all right.
It's like Ellen is modern day Ruth Gator what is it?
Ruth Gator Ginsburg. Now in the bayou, she owns it. We're talking about the Supreme Court nominee or the Supreme Justice.
Yeah, she just passed away. Ginsburg. Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, she just passed away too. I had to know about her because I used to date a chick that had
back tattoo.
No, she had a poster of her above her bed, and it had a list of her accomplishments on it. So I would see it all the time
and think little of yourself.
Yes, and she was like,
woman did a lot of shit that makes me feel extremely inadequate. Yeah. I will say that. She
was like, why doesn't she have a day? And I was like, I don't know.
Like look at all the stuff she did. Looks like she should.
She should definitely have a day. I mean,
would not. I don't think I could date a girl it's like, this is my idol. And I would just look at myself and I'm like, I got to do comedy sometimes.
I mean, she did
pretty okay at it.
Just because this is a few of her accomplishments. She gave the right for women to sign a mortgage without a man. I didn't even know that
was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, a woman's place was in the house for a long time.
Apparently, they
you know what I mean.
Couldn't choose the house though.
Yeah, you know, like.
God.
They were black slaves, and then they were like, wives. You know what I mean? It was like that was the hierarchy. It was then it was at the top was white male.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Still, same.
You're not wrong.
She also gave the right for women to have a bank account without a male cosigner.
Yo, this shit is something that I did not know existed.
It was like we didn't even think that women were.
You literally couldn't sign a piece of paper as a woman.
Like you didn't have the ability to manage money. Like you gave her $5. Like, she's gonna do a squander. Hey, come here, give it to me. I'll show you what to do. Yeah, you fold it up like this. Come here, come here.
Kizzy Broad's probably gonna go spend it on soda pop and eyeshadow. I better go over there and make sure she signs it the right way.
All you gotta do is have some man swindle it from you. Come here. Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen. That's what it always is. Got to go with you, Ethel, because some man might come up and swindle it from you.
Yeah, the right for women to be pregnant and have kids and work. It was
I have to leave.
It's like, have you ever patted your head, rubbed your tummy at the same time?
Yeah, like you can't do crazy Dizzy Broads, can't do both, can't have a child and also punch numbers.
You want to work and squeeze out a fruit of your loins?
You can't do everything and be good at it. What the fuck?
Yeah, you only can do one of you. Let one marinate.
This isn't like me like man hating or anything, but I do believe back then like a lot of guys were just like kind of just failed upward into jobs because a lot of it was just like family inheritances. So they were like,
seriously,
I think they started to figure out, oh God, they're actually good at working.
Yeah, there's a lot of my nephew needs a job type of.
That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
So I think like they were like, God damn it. We found out the women can work now. What do we do? Well, we can't tell them no. All right. Well, they can have kids. They love having kids, right?
Yeah.
Well, they can't do that and also be a typist.
It was like, they would like say, yes, the one thing they're good for, they flick a lit cigarette at them. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, you watch those old shows and they really show like the real like sexism and racism. It's always like the worst. Like, you ever watch Lovecraft? Have you watched Lovecraft County at all?
I mean, they used to, no, but I saw with the I remember, I don't want to lose this.
I'm sorry, yeah, we'll go back.
No. It's funny. I remember that they used to use women as props in airplane. I think it was Spirit Airlines. It was you could have coffee, tea, or me.
Yeah, coffee, tea, or me.
And that was how they got you on the, like, so I could either get, have coffee, tea, or third to that,
I get a hand job.
I get a hand job or a blow job from the stewardess. It was like, that's how simple it was in the hierarchy. It was like, oh, coffee, tea, or me, like what, or whatever,
I don't think that was in there. That's something they found out later, right?
Yeah, it's like we're just chilling, hanging out.
If that was their slogan back then.
It's like, and then what's that job interview like? It's like, so there's going to be a gross, fat, gelatinous gentleman that's going to want a BJ as soon as he gets aboard, and then after that, I want you to make him a tall, dark latte, 2 sugars, a milk, and a cream.
He's not going to fit in the bathroom, so you're probably going to have to do this in the coach seats.
Yes, he's going to smell of garbage truck juice.
I feel like that's like a movie will come out about this. It'll be like Hustlers, like a bunch of women just like blowing guys to take their power back.
Well, I mean, women are taking their power back. You know what I mean? Like, it's, women can do everything men can do.
I literally just said that they've been trying to stop it for years.
They can do almost anything men can do. I mean, being that our bodies are bigger. I mean, the average male is bigger than the average.
So you're saying
woman,
that you could knock out a woman, is what you're saying?
No, but it would probably take about 2 or 3 average women to knock out the average male, right?
Let it be known. Keith Fairfax says it takes at least 3 women to knock him out. This is a challenge to all.
No, I'm just kidding.
Get some fucking Ronda Rousey type that comes over.
She's like, but that's not the average woman. Well, mind you, that's not the average woman.
You're saying the average woman?
Yeah, it's 5'6".
Oh, you're talking about like a trained predator?
No.
Okay.
No. Yes.
All right, never mind. I rehash.
I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, a woman can't beat me at anything. And I've been beat by.
I've been beat by many women.
I've been beat by women before. Things. I used to have that mentality, and then I had women just. I played this chick in tennis in high school, and she fucking scraped the floor with me.
Yeah,
Jesus.
We remember how we touched on before. We kind of touched on like stuff we used to play in high school, like that game with the
hide and go get it.
Hide and go get it. No, I said we used to play Kill the Carrier, and the women were always the girls in my class because they all played field hockey, which is like a brawlic sport. I didn't realize like it's extremely physical. Mm-hmm. And basically, like, they were the scariest girls in the world because, like, they were like, one of them was like a center, like, they did an offensive end or whatever it was for it. Her name was Deanna.
We were not allowed to play with the girl. We had to stop playing Kill the Carrier once we had intramural gym.
She broke somebody's nose. I can't remember whose it was. It was so many years ago, but she basically, like, shouldered his ass with the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Went down low and everything.
There's always one.
And we were like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. That's when I'm like, women could probably beat my ass.
Shit.
There's a couple out there that can
there's a couple out there, yeah. So it was nice of Ellen to do that. Like I said, Ruth did her thing.
I'd like to say big bucket of win to Ruth Ginsburg. A lot of accomplishments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she did a lot. She did more than a lot of people knew. You know what I mean? And they didn't really celebrate it until after the fact, as you know.
As with most things.
Just like Big said, you're nobody till somebody kills you.
It's true.
I think she died of old age.
I think she died of. I don't think she was shot.
Yeah, she was just
she
was just like 100 or something. Yeah,
87, I think.
Thanks on the nose. Oh boy! All
somewhere
right,
around there.
This has been an interesting podcast. We touched on we touched our bases on a couple of things. Covered up the weekend. Probably gonna do another pod coming up this week. I don't have any show. Do you have anything you want to plug? You have any shows or anything?
No, I don't. It's few and far. I did a show past, but it's just sort of like once a month right now, depending on the venue.
Yeah, I'm going to do another show probably Wednesday. Today's Monday. This show will probably be out Wednesday, and then the show on Wednesday will probably be out Friday.
Where you got stuff going?
I have no shows.
Oh, you know, I thought you
no, I wish. Yeah, I wish I had a couple of shows lined up. That would be nice.
I got to hit up some of these people. I know there's a couple people I know in Brooklyn doing like rooftop shows. So
yes, I've been asked to do a couple of Zoom shows, but my comedy does not go well over Zoom.
In the beginning, I shat on Zoom a lot and doing Zoom shows, but I'm going to kind of renege just a little bit on it because I get it because I think some comedy works. I don't like you though. I don't think mine would work.
Yeah, like it's not even that mine is like this great. I don't have this great comedy, but it's like you kind of need to see it. You kind of need to be there.
Yeah, you need to be there live to kind of appreciate what you're trying to do with your shit.
Because then I don't know if it's funny or not. It's like
we do a lot of current stuff and you're like off the cuff and everything, and like that's hard when you don't have a crowd to kind of feed with.
Yeah, it's like, are koalas still burning in Australia?
Hey, that was funny when you said that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put out some of my stand up. Coming up too, I got some stand up from Broadway. I got stand up from another gig I did.
The restaurant show.
The restaurant show. Yeah, a lot of that's my comedy. A lot of restaurants, firehouses, back alley. I call it back alley humor.
Yeah, at this point, I'm a fucking parking lot comic.
It's like so I usually have a bum clap two garbage can tops together and say hear he, and then I get people's attention and start riffing. Yeah, so that's my life. But. It's fall. Today's beautiful weather out. I'm gonna play golf in about 2 hours. I'm gonna play golf with a couple of the fellas.
I did not know you were this big of a golfer. I'm finding out.
I got into golf during COVID, and
really? Okay.
Because you couldn't play basketball or anything else. I still have a wicked jump shot, but I haven't been able to utilize it.
So you're working on your backswing.
So I'm working on my backswing.
And you follow through.
Yes, I've actually not beaten anybody I've played with yet. But I always play people who are a lot better than me, but I have not beaten any.
I'll play with you. You'll beat me.
Well, that's the thing. I want to play with people who are really better than me, so when I beat one of them, it hurts.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I
don't want to shake your fucking hand afterwards.
Yeah, I'm out for blood. Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Hopefully, I'm going to have another guest next week. And if you have any questions, you have any ideas, you want to correct me on anything, you want to add to something, leave a comment, share, repost, hashtag it, Twitter it, do it, fry it, dye it, lay it to the side.
Nice.
Whatever people are doing with it, do it. Thank you and enjoy.